Hello, anyway, New South Wales railway people. We're all getting our railway lines chopped up, turning into rail trails. Well, what the bloody hell's the matter with New South Wales? Victoria is spending $4 billion. And this is what they're doing. Regional rail revival. These trains here can do 160 kilometres per hour, 3-car set with 2 diesel engines. They're up doing the Warrnambool railway line. They're doing up the Geelong railway line. They're doing up the Ballarat railway line. And they're doing up the Bendigo, Swan Hill to Echuca. Now Echuca's right up there on the Murray River. So if you like to go down and see this clip, you can go down and I'll give you the guy's name. Sorry, I just lost my remote. Oh, where are we?
Hi everyone, and welcome back.
Right, this is the guy's name. There you go. Aussie Wirraway. There you go. Never heard of the guy. He's a Victorian. And
To the channel. In today's episode
oh,
of
I'll get the shits of this. I really am. Hang on. Victoria, Aussie. There he is. There. Wirraway. Massive $19,000 right regional railway revival program. So New South Wales, have a look at this. Irrespective of where the stations are, I'm going to show you something else. Now check this out. For how much Victoria is rebuilding all its railway lines. I'll let you have a look at this. Get your brain around this. Mount Gambier, Portland, Warrnambool, Geelong Football Club, Melbourne, Dandenong, right way out over here to Barnsdale. I've been to Barnsdale. Right up here to Shepparton, which has been up there with the coronavirus and all that problem. Benalla, Wangaratta, Springhurst, Wodonga, Albury, New South Wales Victorian border. Right, all the way over there to Shepparton, Echuca. This is the Murray River. Swan Hill, further out west. Mildura, right up here on the top of the New South Wales Victorian border. All this here is under a massive rail development. Check this one out. This is alone, just in Melbourne. Look where they're going. Gippsland, Petersham. I know nothing about Melbourne, but I know far enough to see the amount of money there that they're spending. That's the Melbourne metropolitan area, this one. And this is the state of Victoria. So just sit back and have a look and get your brain around that. That's all their railway lines. And they're rebuilding them. Okay, now for people not from Australia watching this video, they have no idea what I'm talking about. Victoria used to be 3'6" gauge around the city and broad gauge out in the country, which was 5'4" or 5'6", whatever it was, right? So what they've done now, they've changed all the 3'6" up to 4'8.5" standard gauge, and they've changed the 5'6" gauge out there in the country to standard gauge as well, 4'8.5" inches. So can you imagine the amount of cost it's going to cost them to change every single railway sleeper? 1 kilometre railway, well, it's 100 railway sleepers for every 10 metres. So if you work that out there, every 10 metres of railway track, it is 100 railway sleepers. So you add up all those kilometres of train tracks and you put 100 sleepers for every 10 metres of rail. How many sleepers? It's millions of sleepers. So they're spending billions of dollars rebuilding the rail infrastructure. And yet New South Wales has still got 25 disused, unused railway lines, and we're ripping up the Casino Mooloolaba railway line, which is a major one which used to cost $11 million to maintain a year. And tickets from Mooloolaba to Central alone, not counting up the other 34 railway stations, it used to make $22 million a year. From Mooloolaba to Central, not Mooloolaba to Strathfield, not Mooloolaba to Coffs Harbour, not Mooloolaba to anywhere else, just Mooloolaba alone to Central was $22 million. New South Wales government is mentally insane. They should be investing in railways and get people back out on the tracks. Because sooner or later, COVID is going to be a thing of the past. It's going to be like the bird flu. It's going to be like all the other viruses. Mankind survives. Mankind moves on. Mankind will always exist. So it's just an excuse to get rid of the railway lines saying COVID. Oh, we've got no money. Nobody's going to catch a train because of COVID. Bullshit. You know, people are going to come back to trains. So you look how much money they're going to be spending there. I mean, look, Albury, for people to understand, Albury to there is, what's Albury there? 200 and something kilometres. Right, so there's 200, there's 400, there's 600, there's 800, there's 1,000, and then you've got all this here, so there's 4,000 kilometres of train tracks, 4,000 kilometres at 100 sleepers for every 10 metres of train track. You work it out. And one railway sleeper is $125 to fit, buy and install, $125. So you work out the cost. Yeah. Rewind the tape, write down the figures, and you work out the cost. 100 sleepers for every 10 metres at $125 fitted per concrete railway sleeper. And how many kilometres of train track in Victoria? Well, there's Railway Wikipedia. It will tell you how many kilometres of train track are actually in Victoria. Totally. Alright, Mr. Hominoid, good night, see you later. And you want to get down and have a look at that guy, just rewind the tape and get down and look at his channel.